Doctor Who, The Woman Who Fell to Earth, the first episode of Series 11, is written by Chris Chibnall and starring Jodie Whittaker, Bradley Welsh, Mindit Gill and Tosin Cole. In January 2016, Steven Moffat revealed that Series 10 would be his last series to be the showrunner after 7 years, so he got replaced by Chris Chibnall. In 2018, with Matt Stevens and Sam Hoyle as executive producer, Moffat had no plans writing one-off episodes for Series 11, so the series got cut down from 12 to 13 episodes to 10, with the runtime being 50 minutes, except the first episode is 64 minutes, as the BBC described it as a feature length, and each episode would be a standalone story with no cliffhangers. On February 2018, the new logo was revealed, designed by Little Hawk, typically used for social media accounts and many posters, box sets, etc., which I like the logo. It's pretty creative. Murray Gold, who did the music score since 2005, stepped down and wouldn't be doing Series 11, so he got replaced by Royal Birmingham Conservator alumnus Segan Akinola in July 2018. It was announced that Mallory Blackman, Ed Heim, Pete McTighe, Vinnie Patel and Joy Wilkinson confirmed to be writers and directors for Series 11. In an issue of Doctor Who magazine, Chibnall also said that the Daleks or any classic monsters wouldn't appear in the series. The visual effects were done by the British company DNEG. Filming officially began on 31st of October 2017 and ended on March 2018. This episode doesn't have a new title sequence but will make a debut in the next episode. So this episode begins with Ryan talking to the audience on his YouTube video about his adventurous day, but we'll get to at the end. In Sheffield, Ryan is learning to ride a bike. He has dyspraxia. His nan Grace and his step-granddad Graham is teaching him. Because he got frustrated, he threw his bike into the tree, and we got good lines like,
"You doing it, mate? Ryan Sinclair, don't you dare!"
As Graham and Grace went on the train, Ryan goes to pick his bike up, but he discovers a glowing symbol. After he pressed it, it brings a slimy-looking blue pod that looks like a giant blue onion. Cool visual effects. After Yaz calms the two women in the street down as they're smashing each other's property, she got called to Ryan to have a look at the blue pod. It reveals that they were friends in school. I love the relationship between Graham and Grace. It's pretty amusing where she told Cole that Graham can't take his hands off her and Graham's like, "Behave!" But after the train broke down and there's gathering coil appeared, and we get a great entrance where the Doctor fell down through a train roof. With her theme playing. I think Segan Akinola does a great job with the music. The 13th Doctor is obviously played by Jodie Whittaker, and I think she's fantastic, I really do. It did take getting used to, because we're very used to having the Doctor played by a male for over 54 years. When she took over, it took time to settle in, and I really like her as the Doctor. She's really nice, friendly and caring, often knows what she's doing. The whole idea where the Doctor played by a woman started in 1981, where Tom Baker was leaving as the 4th Doctor, said his replacement might be a female. When Peter Davison was leaving as the 5th Doctor, John Nathan Turner didn't rule it out, but he wasn't considering it at the moment. So when Colin Baker got sacked as the 6th Doctor, Michael Graves suggests the 7th Doctor to be played by a woman. Dawn French, Joanna Lumley and Frances de la Tour were suggested by Sidney Newman, but they're dismissed by BBC and ended up played by Sylvester McCoy. Lumley later played satirical version of the 13th Doctor in the 1999 comic relief special Curse of the Fatal Death. Arabella Weir also played an alternative version of the 3rd Doctor in Doctor Who Unbound Big Finish episode Exile. Neither of them are canon, so when the show came back in 2005, Jane Tranter considered Judi Dench to play the 9th Doctor. When Steven Moffat came along as the showrunner, the regeneration into different gender and race got explored. When Matt Smith was leaving as the 11th Doctor, there was rumours that the next Doctor to be played by a woman. When Capaldi announcing that he was leaving, there was rumours that Ben Whishaw, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Chris Marshall and Tilda Swinton to play the 13th Doctor, and on 16th of July 2017, Jodie Whittaker is revealed to be the 13th Doctor in the Wimbledon Championships. Doctor Who actors really approved of that idea. Some fans gave her a negative response, and I was like, jeez. Freema Agyeman, who played Martha Jones, was astounded. The first photo of Jodie's official costume was released on 9th of November 2017, designed by Ray Holman, featuring blue high-waist culottes with yellow braces, a navy blue t-shirt with a rainbow stripe across it, a lilac blue trench coat with a hood, brown lace-up boots, blue socks and piercing on her left ear, which I thought was a great outfit. Some fans compared it to Robin Williams' costume in Mark and Mindy. A Chase presenter, Bradley Walsh, plays Graham O'Brien, who's a retired bus driver. He's married to Grace and became Ryan's step-grandfather, which took Ryan time to accept it, and becomes a companion of the 13th Doctor. I really like him, he's likeable. That casting has been a fan favourite since the rumours in August 2017. Bradley also wanted the Chasers to play Doctor Who villains, which I would love to see that. He also previously played Elijah Spellman, aka Oddbob the Clown, in the Sarah Jane Adventures, The Day of the Clown. Mandip Gill plays Yasmin Khan, who's a police officer from Sheffield, and I think she's great too. Her casting was announced on 22nd of October 2017, alongside the other two companions of the series. Tosin Cole plays Ryan Sinclair, who works in a warehouse, and I think he's canny, great developed. The fact that Ryan has dyspraxia, Chris Chibnall said it's a relatively common thing among kids, so he felt it's important to see that heroes come in all shapes and sizes. I really like Grace. I'm not talking about Dr. Grace Holloway from the TV movie, although I do like her too. Ryan's nan, who remarried to Graham. She really loves frogs, and it's a shame that her character is killed off in the first episode, and I think Sharon de Clark is awesome in this. Johnny Dixon plays Carl Wright, who worked for his father's company, Skylark Building Services, as a crane operator, even though he's scared of heights. I really like him, he's canny too. After the gathering coil gave everyone electric shock, the Doctor zapped gathering coil away. Ryan and Yaz came in, and I remembered before the trailer came out, this clip was leaked. Not to mention when she said she was a white-haired Scotsman half an hour ago, referencing her previous incarnation. Sadly, the train driver has died, possibly died of fright, and Carl understandably wanted to leave on his own and have nothing to do with that event. Bless him. As a gang hunt for the blue pod, the same place where Ryan found it, it disappeared, but it got delivered in the van. I like the atmosphere where the van drives past the football stadium, and the way the music played, it was a great fitting. Gang decides to split up. Graham asks the bus drivers, they assume it's a karaoke. Yaz's shift has come to an end for the night. Ryan and Grace does a research while the Doctor passed out on the sofa. Pretty gross when she's picking her nose. Asif Khan plays Ramesh Sundar, a police officer in Sheffield. He's great too. Meanwhile, in Industrial Unit, as Rahul asks an alien where his sister, but he gets killed, the Doctor woke up and everyone has got tiny bombs on their collarbones, including the Doctor, which is pretty intense, so she tampered with Ryan's phone. As the gang arrived in Industrial Unit, they found a corpse with a missing tooth. And I was like, ugh, that's not something you'd see every day. An alien stopped to pick up a tooth from a victim. Ryan mentioned that the whole thing was his fault because he pressed the button, but he didn't know what would happen. While he and Yaz finds a video on the computer, the Doctor builds a sonic screwdriver, which is a great scene.
Ta-da! Ooh. Should be fine.
Especially the music by Segan Akinola. Thanks to Kevin, the bus driver, the gang got led to the rooftop and the bombs are off their collarbone. They met an alien called Tim Shaw.
Tim Shaw.
Sorry, Tim Shah. I like that gag. Samuel Oatley plays Tim Shah, that's how you spell his name, who's a Stenza warrior who's easily misheard as Tim Shaw. He goes around killing people and took one tooth each to decorate his face, which looks pretty gross. As soon as he took his helmet off, I was like, ugh! He's a pretty cool alien. Stenzas are warriors and self-proclaimed conquerors of the 9 systems, so Tim Shah disappeared off after the gang confronted him. I love the bit where the guy was eating his kebab and threw a salad at Tim Shah saying Halloween is next month. But he obviously gets killed, so Tim Shah killed a security guard and climbs onto a crane to get after Carl. The gang came to rescue. Ryan and Yaz swings the Doctor to where the Carl is. Tim Shah drags him, but we get an epic scene where the Doctor says who she is and jumps onto another crane. It's a great stunt. You can see Jodie had a blast filming that scene. After revealing that Tim Shah has 5 bombs inside him, He gets knocked off the crane. He gets teleported to Ranskor Avkolos instead of home, which we'll get to in episode 10. We get a sad scene where Grace risked her life to destroy Gathering Coil to save Ryan and Yaz, and she got electrocuted and fell to her death. Sadly for Ryan, his dad wouldn't come when he said he would for Grace's funeral. Graham does a great speech. The doctor mentions that she has no family, and I love the bit where Yaz tells the doctor to get out of Capaldi's clothes. She mentions that it's been a while that last time she bought women's clothes. The doctor looks great in her new outfit, so she builds a teleport device to get back to the TARDIS, but she ended up teleporting in space with her companions, which is an intense ending. What was unusual about the Coming Soon trailer is that they introduced us with the casts, as I don't recall them doing that before. The series also stars Mark Addy, Julie Hesmontal, Jane Zaza, Shabana Galati, Sean Dooley, Brett Goldenstein, Josh Bowman, Siobhan Finneman, Lee Mack, Lois Chimimba, Susan Lynch, Hamza Jitoa, Art Malik, Suzanne Packer, Vinette Robinson, Emite Suman, Ben Bailey Smith, Phyllis Logan, Alan Cumming and Chris North. I love the theme, it's classic but with new stuff into the mix, which is cool. I think this episode is a great start for the 13th Doctor era. I like the direction by Jamie Childs. I think it's a nice way to bring everyone together. What did you think of The Woman Who Fell to Earth? Let me know in the comments down below. And please be nice and be respectful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.